When I was a little boy, one of the prized possessions that I had was a coon dog named Little Red. Little Red, he was the runt of the litter, and I fed him with a bottle, and I looked after him, and I worked with him, and he grew up to be an outstanding coon dog. It was a prized possession of mine. One night we were hunting down in the swamps, and Little Red got cut on a cross-cut saw. I picked him up and started crying and held his back leg where that saw had cut him, and every time his heart would beat, blood would gush from his leg. We loaded him up in an old rattly-trap Ford car, and my brother Sonny finally got it cranked, and we rushed to Macomb, Mississippi, and I was crying, holding my coon dog. We rushed to Gillis's drugstore, walked up on the sidewalk, and the store was already closed, but there was a light on in the back. Mr. Gillis was counting the day's receipts. We bumped on the door, and Mr. Gillis come and opened the door and said, "What do you boys want?" And there we stood with our overalls on, dog blood all over me, scared to death. My brother Sonny said, "Mr. Gillis, we understand as a veterinarian rents an office from you. Is there any way we can see him? Jerry's coon dog, Little Red, is bleeding to death." He said, "Boys, I'm sorry, but Dr. Williams is out of town, and he won't be back until tomorrow. But bring your coon dog on in my store. Put him down on the floor and let me get the lights on. Let me see if I can help you." Now, Mr. and Mrs. Adult, what would you have done? Would you have said, "Get that filthy dog off of this sidewalk. Look at the blood you done put down here"? Yes, you could have run me off, and I'd have hated you the rest of my life. Ever since that night, I've been looking for a boy with a hurt dog, because Mr. Norman B. Gillis showed me how adult people are supposed to set the proper example for young people to follow. He called his family physician and asked him how to put a pressure bandage on Little Red's leg. He gave him some pills. He said, "Son, you go on home. I'll put your dog on my back porch, and Dr. Williams will see him first thing in the morning." Little Red lived to hunt again, and I thank God for men like Norman B. Gillis Sr., because he showed a young boy, a little teenager, how adult people are supposed to treat youngsters with problems.